Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to our channel, to Elite Raceway. We are here with our Monday North American No Assist division here in Japan. Here for round 6 of a 13 track calendar. So we are looking forward to this. We had a pretty great race on Saturday for Tier 1 and just a couple hours ago with Tier 2. So it should be a very interesting race. We are expecting a full grid, but it looks like two drivers are having trouble joining the session. So here's hoping we could get them in. And if not, we do have quite a lot of reserve drivers ready to race or that are on standby. So we are grateful for that. But we do have quite a few drivers on the track for the outlap, getting those tires set up, and I will be taking a look on the Discord as well to make sure a few drivers can get their invites sent as well. And right when I pause, looks like that's I believe that's Dismal. Nope, that's Brandon Eli on the wall. Alrighty. So I know we have Tafur and we have R. Manson, who for some reason doesn't even show up on my list, and that is just EA being EA. And I don't think Tafur is on it either. Yeah, that is an issue with crossplay sometimes, but they do have 18 minutes, well now 15, but alrighty, but back to the drivers on the track. So we do have quite a few already on their lap. We will keep an eye on Dismo, who has actually been doing quite an amazing job this season. Actually won his first ever ERA race last week in Spain. Did a fantastic job. So looking forward to see what else he brings onto the table with these races. Alrighty, so Japan has 18 turns, 1 DR zone, and Dismal being the first car to put in a lap time, and that's going to be 128.1. Fast time right there. T. George second with a 129.8. And we do have two new drivers. We have here I. Escargo. Wonder where he's from. In the Mercedes, reserving in the Mercedes. And we also have, if I'm not mistaken, yep, that is Natty Light in the V-Carb. And let me see if I could get to Fur in. Quite a bit of a struggle getting these drivers in. But Natty putting in a 130.5 puts her right now in 5th. Kemma up to 2nd with a 128.6. Yeah, so we are trying to keep track of these drivers who are trying to get in, but looks like we might have to have one of the reserves on standby on the track. Oh, let me send a friend or an invite to Frozen. Give me 1 second. Yeah, for some reason, R. Manson doesn't even show up on mine, which is ridiculous because I do have him on it. We have quite a few drivers asking if they could participate. So we didn't know the Gnosis would be on such high demand. Might have to open up a second division just for you guys. All right, so yeah, we're just trying to keep track of these drivers. So we will keep an eye on Hitch. Hitch with a 128.3. Speaking of him, he's already crossing the line. So Hitch is actually has quite the advantage right now in driver standing. So he does have a lead. He actually, let me get that open 1 second. Yeah, so he has 149 points in the Alpine. Betham in second with 146 points. So that's 3 points difference right there. Dismal in third with 118 points. But as we saw last week, he does have potential to kind of be the underdog and kind of compete in the top. And in the team standings, we have the Alpines, Hitch and his teammate, Original Polly D, 186 points for the Alpine, and the Racing Bulls in second with 168 points. So that is Nando and Betham unavailable today. Looks like he wasn't able to join, but Natty here as well. And I think they are still waiting on our Manson to be able to join. Yeah, it looks like we had a driver who lagged out as well. But yeah, a 128.1 is a fast time. In Tier 1, we had, if I'm not mistaken, it was Moikuli who put in a, let me just get that information up. Ah, looks like I'm not going to have that information. So yeah, so Moikuli put in a 127.5 in our Tier 1 group. So right now, Dismo's over a second behind that time. And we do have quite a few drivers on their hot lap. Sector 1 is a tricky part of this track because those curves, honestly, compared to last game, touching those curves are going to send you right into the grass and even worse into the wall. But we are on board with the Yuppie up on his time. Actually puts in a purple sector 1. And oh, that is a car on the track. I think that was may have been Mini Tony. Jeez. Yep, you're doing pretty well to avoid that. Thank goodness. Does that still have a little bit of battery to use towards the end. And looks like Mamu is having a little bit of trouble trying to get back into his car, so he's going to retire. And yep, he's using that battery, and looks like that is going to put him up to P6 with a 129.1. And we do have a few drivers who haven't yet put in a time. Brandon, Chernobyl, and Social. Alrighty, and the top three are actually on their lap right now. So Dismal already put in a 121.1. Looks like he's going to go back into the pits. So we're going to keep an eye on Hitch and Frozen. Hitch looking to get some big points today to get that advantage ahead of B-Thom on the championship, as mentioned. And Hitch with a purple sector 1 up on his time. Looking quite solid, and Frozen going back into the pits there. Making sure not to get too much of that curb. And is up 2/10, so he does have a chance to get provisional pole. And so Hitch is going to put in a 128.0, very close to the 127s. And oh my god! 50 losing the car, and oh man, comes into contact with Escargot. My gosh, that was horrendous. So he is going to have to go back into the pits. Gosh. So 4 minutes left of the qualifying session. I think we're still trying to get one more driver in here. If not, and looks like Natty invalidated the next lap coming up, so they are going to have to go back into the pit. Alrighty, and GK1 up 6/10. That may put him up to P4. Kind of Dreamer asking if I'm going to race on Saturday. Might do it. And looks like Chernobyl also got lagged out. So GK1 putting in a 128.3. So he definitely improved up to P4. And let me get Chernobyl back in here. I know, looks like Frozen validated here. We're going to keep an eye on Dismal. On Sector 1, avoiding those curbs. and puts in a purple sector 2. And Hector Sabino in the live chat giving us a hello. Hello, my friend. Fantastic podium on Saturday. We definitely enjoyed watching that. It was a great race. And it looks like our Manson is able to join in, so it will be a full grid. And so Dismal on the final corner. Whoa, he is going to invalidate. And he may have gotten distracted a little bit by that car going off the track. But, oh, man. I think that was Kelman. One of his friends, Kelman. And Kelman disqualified for blocking the pit lane. Alrighty, so let's look at the others. Brandon also picking up a 5-place grid penalty for collision with Kelman. That may have been because Kelman was in the pits. Or his AI was in the pit, actually. Alright, so Frozen has a chance to steal pole. He's only down. Does put in a purple sector 3. Oh, a lot of people are actually invalidating that corner. So that's unfortunate. Hitch is on his lap. So Hitch in a really good position. Dismal not able to improve, so Hitch is most likely securing his pole position. We have 50 who's up by 5/10 on his time. And looks like 50 is going to put in a 128.4, so not enough to actually improve and move up the grid. Yuppie right behind, about across the line, is up on his time, it seems. So he does improve, a lot of improvements, but apparently not enough to change positions. Hitch putting in 127.9. And T. George crossing the line, dividing the two Saubers, now up to P8. And we do have Armanson in the grid. We are happy to have him after a couple of technical difficulties, so it is going to be a full grid. Alright, I think we are just it's actually Armanson on an outlap. Is trying to get that little bit of practice in, having joined only a couple minutes before quali ended. Alrighty, so our grid will be Hitch starting on pole position with a 127.9. In P2 we have Dismal, followed by Kemma, Frozen, GK1, 50, The Yuppie, T George, Relativity, Nando Lizard, Natty Light, Social, Mini Tony, Escargot, Brandon, Mamu, who unfortunately got a little bit screwed over by EA, but here's hoping he has a better race, and he did a quali. P17, Original Poly D, Chernobyl, Armanson, and Kelman. So those are our 20 drivers. Those are our grids. Looking forward to see what they are able to bring to the table. And for those who aren't aware about our league rules, we do have a couple minutes break just to give everyone a bit of time to kind of prepare themselves mentally for the race after qualifying. And also to ensure they have their strategies, although Park Firm is on, their setups ready as well. But yeah, we will be taking a look at the strategies. A lot of drivers, as we noticed in tiers 1 and 2, started on the mediums. A few started on the hards. So a lot of different strategies to kind of play out. And if I'm not mistaken, it was 27 laps as well. But it is looking cloudy, so I am curious to know if it'll be raining later into the race. If anybody is on the track and listening, that would be great to know. And my fault, actually. I don't think I linked the YouTube live stream on the Discord, so I will do that right now. Before I get asked where's the live stream. All right, there we go. And for those who are watching, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. If you subscribe, you'll get a bunch of notifications on our live streams and our YouTube shorts that we like to do. Trying to get back into that, so hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Righty, so they do have a few minutes. Alrighty, so they do have the go to start the timer. Okay, so just a big reminder for those who are on the track and still listening to the live stream, just be a little bit sensible and cautious on the first corner and lap. Be prepared to brake earlier, just because the driver in front of you may have the driver in front of a driver in front of them. So you don't want to be touching the rear of the car in front of you. So no formation lap is on, so looks like lights are out. And is Hitch able to get the get ahead? Looks like no, Dismal is actually getting past Hitch. Hitch in P2 and is under pressure by Kemma. Kemma getting the overtake done. Let's get these tires up as well. We have a couple of movements happening behind as well. Mamu getting past Natty Light in P11. So great start for a majority of them, it looks like. Very close driving. And oh, we do have 50 getting past Relativity. Relativity going a little bit wide and is under pressure by a few drivers as well. Kelman on the outside, and is Relativity able to hold it? Does remain alongside and has to slot right behind Kelman right there. Original Pauly D getting past Mini Tony as well. So a lot of action happening at the same time. Natty Light looks like they had a little bit of an incident and is in the back 20, almost 14 seconds behind. Nando Lizard getting past, or having a few cars pass him as well by Mini Tony and Pauly D. Oh, contact between a few drivers there. Hitch under pressure by T. George now, and up ahead the Yuppie getting past GK1. Oh, great side by side, a little bit of bumping right there, but still no harm, no foul. That does happen with close racing. So DRS is enabled now, and quite a lot of drivers right behind each other. And honestly, fantastic job. I mean, this is great racing. No assist drivers. Racing to the limit, and a few drivers off track. Mini Tony having gone onto the gravel and is getting passed by Escargo and Brandon. That is Nando Lizard trying to get back onto the track. So a majority of the drivers actually opted for the medium strategy. We do have Hitch 7, 50 and 07 of Pauly D and Chernobyl on the hard compounds. And we have Brandon Eli going on the inside, a very brave move. Pauly D actually backing out of that. I would too, honestly. I'd be terrified to go side by side there. Looks like that was contact and a bit of a collision between multiple drivers right there. If I'm not mistaken, I think one of the drivers actually locked up there, and quite a few drivers got caught up in that. So we do have Mini Tony slowing down and letting a few drivers pass. Natty Light actually catching up quite a bit to the group, was actually 14 seconds behind, now 3 seconds. Oh, we do have a bit of action in the middle as well. More contact, and that is the Yuppie into the wall. And they are trying to get back onto the track. Brandon opting to make sure Kelman gets onto that track safely. Kelman losing control of the car right there. So Brandon Eli is going to get past. Kelman does have Chernobyl right behind him. And quite a lot of position changes. Frozen taking the lead up 3 positions. Kemma up 1 position. Most changes, Mamu was 7. And Kelman and Armanson as well was 7. We do have Kelman getting past Brandon Eli with the help of the DRS. Do have a bit of a train of cars from Kelman all the way down to Social. All drivers within the DRS of each other. And Brandon looks like he's going to try making the move on the outside. He isn't able to get the move done right there. And we also have the top three runners. Kemla right behind Frozen, and looks like he's going to have a much better exit right there. Isn't using that much battery. And Kemma is going to be leading the race now. 50 going on the inside of Hitch. Does get that move done. And my move right behind Hitch as well. So I am hoping for a good race for Mamu. Has been very unlucky these past couple races. Not even because of him or other drivers, but just because of EA kicking him out of the session and just not letting him take control of the car. So I am hoping for at least a top 5 for Mamu. But 50 still under pressure by Hitch. Both drivers on the hard compounds at the moment. So far an amazing race. 20 drivers, still no safety car. Quite a few incidents here and there, but I know a lot of them know it's no assist driving. It is the little mistakes that are going to cost you. But we do have Hitch in P6 going up to P5, getting past 50. Mamu's still behind. And up ahead, Frozen also taking the lead of the race. Brandon Eli getting past Kelman with the help of the DRS. And right behind his teammate Armanson also getting past Chernobyl. And we do have a driver on the in the pits. That's Escargo going for the hard compounds now from the mediums. Oh, Nando getting very close to the back of Chernobyl now. Mini Tony getting past Social behind is now to P16, and Chernobyl going wide, and that is Nando Lizard going on the inside, and Yuppie tried to make the move but lost control of the car and is going to have to be careful with the cars coming up behind him. So for those who aren't aware, ghosting is disabled, so the cars aren't going to be transparent when getting past them. We are going to be seeing quite a few moves. Kelman getting past Brandon. Eli going from the inside. Gets that move done. And Social as well. Getting past Mini Tony. And looks like that is the Yuppie retiring in the pits. So yeah, that was quite unfortunate for him there. A little bit of frustration, but we understand, honestly. Oh, quite a few drivers getting a little bit whippy. That is Kelman into the wall. Yeah, that corner is honestly killer. We've seen quite a few drivers get caught there and right under the bridge, and yes, we completely understand. But I don't think Kelman actually has any damage. It does still have his... Actually, no, I take that back. He does have his right end plate missing. And looks like that is Social on the wall. Getting back onto the track, so he's getting past, or getting past. And we do have quite a few of our tier 2 drivers watching on the on the live stream. A big hello to you guys. It was a fantastic race to watch and commentate earlier, so big congrats to finishing the race. And we definitely look forward to seeing you guys next week, hopefully in Miami, where also our Gnosis division drivers are going to be racing in as well. But still quite a few drivers in a train. We have Hitch still behind GK1 and Hitch right behind Hitch's 50 and Mamu. Well, looks like Hitch is going to be getting that move done and going on the inside. GK1 trying to defend that position and looks like he's going to back out there. They do have the McLaren of Dismal right ahead of them. All the drivers getting a little whiff of that smoke from each other's car. Yeah, so we have a lot of close battles. Right here we have Nando Lizard right behind our Manson. It looks like Kemla is going to get past Frozen and take the lead of the race right before the DRS zone. That doesn't look like he has much to defend, but looks like Frozen is going to go into the pits. Is going to be switching to those hard compounds and going to come out behind. We'll see if he's able to come out behind T. No, actually comes out ahead of T George, so right behind Relativity. Oh, GK1 locking up right under the bridge is going to lose more, well, up position right there. 50 getting past GK1 right there. Mamu right on the back of GK1. So from P2 to P6, we do have each driver within the DRS of each other. Oh, look at all those cars. And we will be looking at the Delta of Frozen, who's right behind Relativity. He is eating up that time. Dismo now pulling the trigger and going into the pits. And Frozen right behind Relativity gets a really great exit right there. He's going to use a little bit of battery, not all of it. It's easily past Relativity and is now up to P5. And that is a yellow flags. I wonder... Yeah, it doesn't say from who. And Kemba with a comfortable lead, already over 3.5 seconds ahead of Hitch in P2. So they are on different strategies, so it will be interesting to see how or which one will benefit them the most. We do have GK1 closing in quite a lot on 50. That may have been because of the DRS. He's still there. Oh, it was T. George for speeding in the pit lane. 10 seconds, I briefly caught that. Oh my goodness, sir, you gotta slow down there. So top four still have yet to pit. And GK1 is still behind 50 within the DRS, doing really well to keep up with them despite being on 11 lap old mediums, being on the hard compounds. Looks like Kemba is going to go into the pits to change those tires. Natty picking up a 3-second penalty at the same time. And so Kemba is actually going to come out behind Frozen. And Dismal closing in a little bit on the back. You can see him all the way on the track right there. T. George also picking up a 3-second penalty. So if I'm not mistaken, that's 13 seconds. So only 2 drivers with the penalties. I take it back. Three drivers. So GK1 picking up a 3-second penalty there for track limits. Oh, GK1 having a bit of a snap right there. So the only 2 drivers within the DRS of each other are the top 2. And looks like GK1 is going to go into the pits. Slows the car down enough. And That is a yellow flags. I think that was, yeah, it looks like that was a Scargo. Frozen now going up to P3 while GK1 still exits out of the pit. Also losing a position to Kemma and going to come out right in front of Dismo. But is Dismo going to defend? Sorry, attack that? And yes, he is, but looks like he's going to go a little bit wide. Great driving by Dismo right there. So those top two are the only drivers along with Pauly D and P8 who still haven't changed their tires yet. So Dismal does have the 3-lap older tires. And GK1 went to slot still right behind him, but is he going to have a better exit out of this corner? Both actually did quite well, so looks like he still is going to get that pass done going on the inside. Up to P5 now, and Mamu staying right behind. It looks like Pauly D is entering the pits. Relativity up to P8. And the front runners are losing quite a lot of time from Frozen. Frozen was 11 seconds, over 11 seconds behind them, now about 10 seconds. And Frozen actually picking up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That is going to cost him. So he is going to have to push a lot towards the end of the race. Try opening that gap ahead of the drivers behind him. Most likely Hitch. And Dismal getting past GK1 again on the straight. Oh, very close to the back of Dismal right there. And they are going to be running into, looks like those are the back markers. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is Kelman. And T. George picking up another 3-second penalty, so that is 16 seconds for T. George. And if the grid stays as close as it is now, he might lose quite a few positions towards the end. And so the front two are going to pit. Both opting for the mediums. Frozen coming out behind, ahead of them. GK1 making the move on the inside of Dismal. 50 actually coming out ahead of them, but looks like he had a bit of a snap right there and is going to lose multiple positions there. It's down to P6. Mamu still doing well to stay close to them. 50 on the fresher mediums, only 10 laps left remaining of this race. And Frozen actually almost more than 9 seconds ahead of Kemma, so those 3 seconds are probably going to have no effect to him. But Relativity joining the penalty group, picking up a 3-second penalty there. So we'll take a look at all the penalties. We have Frozen, GK1, Relativity, and Natty with 3 seconds. T. George with 16 seconds. And Social joining as well with 3 seconds there. Hitch making the move on Kemma. Up to P2 now. Oh, Dismal touching that curve a little bit and is losing a little bit of time behind GK1 now. More than a second behind. And is now under pressure by 50, who has done quite well to actually save his battery there. .50 still on the back of Dismo, is going to use a little bit of that battery. Going to go on the inside. Is he going to make the attack on this corner? It's a brave move. And yes, looks like he is, but is he going to get the DRS from GK1? I don't think he's going to be able to get it activated. Yep, no, doesn't get the DRS, so Dismo is probably going to try getting that position back. Well, no, looks like he's going to stay right behind. Dismo is on those older tires. So Hitch is actually closing in quite a little bit on Frozen. He was over 9 seconds behind Hitch. Hitch now closing that gap to 7 seconds now. And GK1 getting a little bit whippy right there. 50 has a very great exit and is going to get that overtake done nice and easily. Both on similar batteries there. And looks like Mamu getting past Disma as well, up to P6. And we do have quite a few drivers who are actually close together. Oh, is that Social? Nope, Social coming out of the pits. Chernobyl close to the back of R. Manson, and Nando Lizard close to Brandon Eli as well. Oh, Chernobyl going a little bit wide. Mini Tony as well, cutting the corner a little bit right there. And looks like Chernobyl's going to lose quite a bit of time. Nando Lizard getting that pass on Brandon Eli. And GK1 closing in on 50, getting the pass done, up to P4 now. And we do have Pauly D right behind our Manson as well. And it looks like Chernobyl was able to catch up a little bit right there. Pauly D is going to get the DRS, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move yet. Although very close, could actually do it, and goes on the inside. Amazing move by Pauly D right there. So Pauly D up to P12 now, having passed R. Manson, and up ahead we do have GK1 losing the position to 50. We will probably get that position back, as he will have the DRS on 50. Or it looks like nope, he is going to stay right behind. So quite a few cars to keep an eye on. So GK1 on 50, Dismal on Mamu. Do have R. Manson closing in as well on Pauly D, and looks like he is going to get that move done. So a little bit of a switcheroo between these two drivers. Chernobyl still behind, having them in his sight. And Dismal closing in quite a bit on Mamu right there, and does need to get a really good exit into this corner. Has that flap open and is going to get that overtake done. And in the meantime, 50 also getting past GK1. So quite a few laps remaining. And Hitch actually closing in quite a lot on Frozen, is eating up that time. He was over 9 seconds earlier, now up almost 5 seconds. GK1 is still trying to put some pressure on 50. He does have that 3-second penalty, however. Whoa, goes a little bit wide there. And is going to lose quite a bit of time on 50. And right behind Mamu, still on the back of Dismal. And Social picking up another 3 seconds. So that is, if I'm not mistaken, that's 6 seconds for Social. Yep. Mamu getting that pass down to be P6 now. And so Frozen has that 3 seconds. So Hitch, all he has to do is get close to that gap. So three laps remaining, including this one. Dismal still tailing behind Mamu, and we do have a few drivers who are right behind each other. Looks like Nando is going to get that move, or try going for that move. Does get that move on Relativity. Up to P9, and Social retiring the pits. Unfortunate race for him. Hopefully he has better luck next time. Oh, that is Nando going off the track and into the gravel, losing 2 positions right there. And GK1 still on the back of 50. So quite a few drivers that may get affected by their penalties. So Dismal is still, well, can possibly get that gap on GK1. Brandon Eli right behind Relativity, getting that pass on the inside. Gets that move done, but might be vulnerable from the DRS that Relativity is gonna have on him. Relativity closing in and going on the inside. Brandon staying ahead. Looks like Relativity backed out of that. Meanwhile, there is still a pack of cars right behind him. 3 drivers right behind him. All on almost equal strategies. And oh, Relativity still holding his own. And these drivers are just looking for an opening. And Nando Lizard, a little bit contact with Relativity, and looks like that is going to cost him. So Nando, sorry, Armanson actually. So Nando going up ahead. It's quite hard to keep track of the blue cars of Alpine, the Williams, and the Racing Bulls. So if I call out the wrong car, I apologize. But GK1 still on the back of Kemma. And it looks like that is going to help him to build that gap from Dismal, because he is going to get the DRS on Kemma, and that is yellow flags, and if I'm not mistaken, that's Relativity. Losing multiple positions there, and now down to P15. looks like Kemma is going to get that move done on 50, 50, 50, closing in a little bit too close right there on Kemma. Is still staying close behind, and GK1 still right there. Kelman getting the fastest lap of the 130.3. And looks like 50 let GK1 pass right there. So this is the last lap, and keeping an eye on Hitch, who just has to close in that gap. Might not be able to. Frozen still over 3 seconds ahead of Hitch with that 3-second penalty he currently has. And 50 actually picking up a 3-second penalty, so he may be stuck on P5. Frozen about to cross the line and is going to pick up that win, and Hitch not being able to close that gap, going to get a P2. Oh, bit of contact right there, and GK1 right behind Kemma, and 50 is going to lose that position, it seems, from Kemma. Right behind, we still have quite a few drivers who are still fighting for their positions. T. George, with 16 seconds of penalties, might be able to keep his P8 if he's able to cross the line with no trouble. Brandon Eli over 21 seconds ahead of T. George. Sorry, behind T. George. And we do have Brandon Eli maintaining his position of P9 right behind Armanson. Is Armanson, Pauly D as well. Oh, Pauly D getting a little bit of a snap right there, and Armanson actually into the wall on the last corner. That is unfortunate, and doesn't have any. Oh, is having a bit of trouble getting that car. Woohoo! Relativity getting past Armanson safely right there, and Armanson retiring on the track. Oh, and looks like that is why. Jeez. And Natty just having to cross that line. And Brandon Eli actually picking up the driver of the day. I'll have to look at how many positions he was actually able to climb up. So Brandon Eli from P19 to P9, so that's 10 positions up. Big congrats to Frozen, Hitch, and Kemma with the P1, P2, and P3. Frozen with that win. In P4 we have 50, followed by GK1, Dismal, Mamu, T. George, Brandon Eli, Original Pauly D, Nando Lizard, Mini Tony, Chernobyl, Relativity, Armanson, Kelman, Escargo, Natty, and I believe our only two DNF, Social and the Yuppie. So unfortunate for those two. Hopefully next week they have better luck in Miami. But yeah, Kelman also picking up the fastest lap, extra 2 points with a 130.3. I believe he did that with the soft compounds. But a great race, honestly, by these guys. And honestly, I know it's not easy with the no assists, but big respects. We do enjoy these races, and honestly, we can't wait to watch it again next week. But big thanks to everybody who's watching. Uh, as I mentioned before, we will be in Miami next week with our Tier 1 on Saturday first, followed by our Tier 2 on Monday, and our no assist Monday night as well. So, if you haven't yet, please give us a like and a subscribe. You will get notifications of our when we're live streaming and also when we post our YouTube shorts. But yep, we will catch you guys next week, and thank you very much for watching.